A man wakes up in the year 2084, but only 20% of his body is still human, the rest, machines. He's the first person in history to be resurrected from death. This is the story of Mark Jarvis, a man who came back from the dead, only to wish he hadn't. The story begins in 1982, where we witness a birth in unsettling detail, the birth of Mark Jarvis. His voice narrates from the future, asking us to imagine a child who understands every moment of his own birth. Because that's the only way we can ever imagine resurrection. Cut to 2084, Mark's voice tells us about Nurse Elizabeth Mansfer, who meets Dr. Victor West, a genius in regenerative medicine. Together, they work for 40D, a corporation promising humanity's greatest dream, immortality. Elizabeth signs a strict non-disclosure agreement before entering the facility. Dr. West gives her a quick tour and introduces Project Lazarus, a secret experiment 4 years in the making. The surgery is set for July 25. Her patient, a man who will soon return from the dead. And Elizabeth won't just be his nurse, she'll be his companion. A flashback takes us to Mark's carefree childhood, lying on grass, cutting lizard tails, and not fearing life. But as his adult voice reflects, why does time crawl in childhood and vanish as we grow older? He says, when we grow up, all that's left is pain. Jump to 2015, Mark is now a successful designer, great job, dream house by the sea, a beautiful girlfriend named Naomi. Yet, he's hollow inside. In a hospital, a doctor delivers the verdict, a malignant tumor in his throat, too late for surgery, 1 year left to live. He doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, but fate doesn't care. Naomi finds him broken on a roadside. She promises to stay strong, but she cries alone when he can't see. Mark tells her to return to her ex, but she refuses. I'll stay till the end. That night, they meet their friends. To break the silence, Mark brings up cryogenics, freezing the body for future revival. Everyone laughs it off, but Mark is serious. He believes one day they'll simply replace his throat and he'll live again. Naomi can't take it and leaves in tears. Later, Mark confides in her and his best friend. He doesn't want to die slowly, he wants to be frozen immediately, while his body is still healthy. Back to 2084, Mark's resurrection is complete. He opens his eyes to bright lights and cheering doctors, but something's off. His body feels alien. The staff assures him the pain will fade. Then they reveal the truth. Only 20% of his body is real, the rest are bionic implants. He's even connected to a massive machine called the Mechanical Mother, which keeps him alive. Mark learns to walk, eat, speak again. Like a newborn trapped in a man's body, Elizabeth is patient and kind, always by his side. Mark asks about the world outside. The staff tells him about mind readers, devices that record thoughts like writing down dreams. Now, everyone uses them, like smartphones from his time. It's also how they plan to prepare Mark for his big reveal, the first resurrected human in history. When Mark tries the device, flashes of his past overwhelm him. Childhood, love, death. Elizabeth helps him calm down. She tells him that now, people can even design their children's appearance before birth. She looks 25, but she's actually 46. Love, she explains, doesn't exist anymore, only physical partners. She even offers herself to Mark for comfort. He accepts, but it doesn't ease his growing emptiness. Mark's depression deepens. Despite the fame he's promised, he feels soulless, disconnected from life. Then Elizabeth brings him a letter. It's from Naomi. She froze herself in 2023, hoping to reunite with him one day. Mark's hope reignites. Maybe he'll see her again. But when Dr. West gives him a tour of the facility, reality hits hard. Hundreds of frozen bodies. He learns that Naomi was frozen too late. Her body is too damaged to be revived. Mark is shattered. He asks Elizabeth if he's really the first Lazarus. She hesitates, then changes the subject. One night, Mark sneaks into a restricted lab. He hacks the files and discovers the truth. There were others before him, many others. All resurrected, all dead, in agony. The next day, Dr. West presents Mark to the world. Applause fills the hall as he announces the first man reborn. Then, he drops a bombshell. They'll resurrect Naomi next, if investors agree to fund it. The crowd cheers. Mark does not. Later, he confronts Dr. West, calling him a monster. West admits the past failures, but claims they were necessary sacrifices. You are the first success, he says coldly. Mark realizes he's not a miracle. He's an experiment. Haunted, he isolates himself. He tells Elizabeth that resurrection isn't life, it's a prison. A man loses his soul when he's frozen. He asks Elizabeth for a way out, for a drug to end it again. She refuses, but whispers one word before leaving, Oxycron. That night, Mark sneaks into the lab, finds the vial, and records his final message. He recalls Naomi's tears, his last hug, his poison-filled glass, but this time, before dying, he smashes Naomi's cryopod, freeing her from his fate. Then, everything fades. He opens his eyes again, the same white room, the same sterile smell, but now, a new nurse stands beside him, smiling. Dr. West greets him. Welcome back, Mark. Let's try this again, Mark gasps, as the same pain surges through him once more.